Hello YouTube, this is my C++ Minecraft clone. Like every day, I'll do a summary of what happened in the previous stream. Then I'll tell you what I'm planning to do in the next 3 hours. The length of this stream will be 3 hours. And at the end of the stream, I'll do a summary of what happened today and what I'm planning to do the next day. So as a summary of what happened in the previous stream, we managed... Yo, hello, what's up? First, what's up? We managed to... our goal is to recreate Minecraft Redstone dust. And we managed to recreate the mesh. We added a block state for the mesh. I always forget to open up Minecraft just for reference. But every block has a block state. And for the redstone torches is the simplest. It's if it's turned off or on. And even for the snow also has a block state. Not here. Here in this world. This is the simplest example for block state. And this is it. Here for the snow we are changing the layer up to 8. From 1 to 8. This is the block state. A simple example. So we've added block states, and we've added in the previous stream block state for the redstone dust. And you can notice it in the previous streams. Here we had redstone dust going to the upside. And I'll show you from this redstone world what I mean here. If I use the same debug stick here, which just changes the state, I had these ones sticking out. But because of now it reacts to the block state, I've managed to set it up to be like this. That's kind of what happened in the previous stream. And we also saw a few bugs at the end of the stream. We didn't have time to fix them, where the collision wasn't changing this block outline. What do I mean? Well, if I change the block state, the initial block state from here, if I change it to, let's say, the north side to be upward state, then you can notice the collision box, the block outline, it's not showing up. That's what we found at the end of the last stream, and we attempted to fix this, and I figured out what's the issue, but we didn't have time to fix it. And so the plan for this stream is to make it so this block outline continues, so the block outline to update with what we're actually seeing. The problem is that the raycast is not using the block state. It's not using it. That was the problem we had. We tried to use it, but it crashed the whole game. YouTube automatic bring me here. Yo, what's up, Detective Jones? I remember you from previous streams. And this is the goal. So this is the summary of the previous stream, if you have missed it. So for this stream, what's the goal? The goal is to have this here, to have redstone placement. That's the goal. Like here where the mesh updates. That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal. So inside of the clone, yo, what's up? Davin 2304, what's up? Can you say my name? I can try. Magic emoji. Hudson. Yeah, so that's the goal. That's the goal. This redstone dust to react to its neighboring redstone dust. That's the goal for this stream. And if possible, when we place a torch, for the torch to power the redstone dust. But that's a stretch goal, if possible to do it. That's a stretch goal. So that's the goal for this stream. And we have 3 hours to attempt to implement it, to reach our goal. We have 3 hours of time limit. And no matter what happens, we have tomorrow, the day after that, we have many days to attempt this. So we're not in a rush. Yeah, block update next to neighbors. Yeah, but first we need to fix the collision. I must leave my mark. First we need this collision to actually update. And for that to happen, we need the raycast to use the block state. We attempted to do this in the previous stream and it crashed the game. It crashed the game. And I had an idea of what's the issue. So let's go back to the block state. I just joined while remaking. We're trying to make the redstone dust work. That's in a summary. And let me move the chat. Yeah, let's move the chat a little bit upward. Yeah, like this. Hello. Hi there. What's up? So, here is the first thing we need to do. Like, we have to do this. Hey, Petsa, chat on screen now, that's cool. Yeah, it's from yesterday. Yesterday was the first stream we had chat on screen. Okay, so here is where I do the raycast. And this is what we did before. We tried to get the block state. We can attempt to do it again. And most likely it will crash. Most likely it will crash because that's what happened the last time. Yeah, this is what happened the last time. And we didn't have time to fix this. And let's actually, here we need MSI Afterburner to look after how much RAM we are using. Because the bug, the crash that we're experiencing has something to do with the RAM usage. The RAM usage is an indication for us. If the RAM usage is like 500 megabytes, we're fine. Right now I'm testing the raycast to see if it's making changes to the RAM usage as we move around. It doesn't seem to have issues. And we need to make a debug point actually. We need a breakpoint, and where should I put it? So that we can catch the problem before it crashes. Because when it crashes, it's too late to see what the issue is. It crashes when we place the redstone dust. Yeah, even here it crashes. Even before that. And if we go to the call stack, it's when we're generating the mesh for the subchunk. Because the current block is empty. The current block is empty. Because it's getting it from the block states here. And you can notice how we have so many empty blocks here. And that's a mistake. We don't need that. We don't need these empty blocks because they take up RAM usage. Each one of these is like 16 bytes. And we have 200 million blocks. 200 million blocks by like 6 bytes, or like how much was it? 8 bytes maybe. Like how much was a shared pointer? Doesn't want to tell me. Like it was more than 4 bytes. That's the issue. We found this issue yesterday, but we didn't have time to fix it. But now we have plenty of time. Let's see now. And why is it filled with these empty block states? That's the main question. Where are these empty block states coming from? That's the main question. That's the main question. We need to go back to when we generate the blocks. Here we go over all the blocks, and here we directly set them. We're not interacting with block states here at all. But in the block spawner, when we are spawning all the blocks, which is mostly foliage and torches, here is where we interact with the block states. Here, set block type. Here we set the block type and we check if it has a block state. If it has it, we'll set it here. This is the only place we are setting them actually. Oh, and the raycast as well. And the raycast. Here, it's not an issue. It's coming from here, the issue. It's coming from here, most likely. From the raycast. That's what I am assuming. Because if we remove the raycast logic, if we bring it back how it was before, the problem should be gone. But we'll see. Yeah, absolutely no issues. So the problem is from here. Here we get the block state. Oh, how do we get the block state? Maybe it's from this part. Wait a minute. Get block state. We return this block state. Oh, it's here the issue. This is what's crashing the game. It's here because we are not checking if we have a block state. We're not checking that. And if we don't have it, I think the hash map, the unordered map, by default will create like an empty... like when you check for an element in an unordered map that doesn't exist, it will create it. So we need to first check it if it exists. So let's create an iterator. An iterator where we're looking for the block state for this element. Hello creeper, what's up? What's up? And then if this iter, good evening, what's up? If this iterator is not the end, if it's not the end of the block states, then we have found a block state that we can actually return. And here let's save the index of the block so that we don't compute it 2 times. And here we reuse it again. And this should solve the problem we got. This should solve the problem. And where do we call this function? What are we working on today? We're finishing the Redstone dust from the previous stream. Because we got stuck on it in the previous stream. Compiler should optimize this index call. What do you mean? Yeah, now it shouldn't crash. Now it should be fine. Yeah, now it's fine. Now it's fine. Yes. We managed to solve the issue. It is good at optimizing repeating calls. Oh, okay, you meant the index. Okay, nice. But I just wrote it in a variable just in case. Add more blocks like stone and gold or torches, caves. I have all of these in my Java clone. All of these. Well, except gold ore. But I have iron and diamond ore. But that's in the Java clone. Let's go to the visualizer of the outline here. And let's remove this as well. Yo, bro, what's up? Sup, oh, Maskeli, what's up, Maskeli? Flaming Claymore. I managed to solve the bug. It works. Hello, what are you working on? The block out, that build is fast. No, that build is very slow. I can make it fast in release mode. Yeah, now it's more normal. Here, it finally works. This block outline was not updating, but now it updates. Oh, I'm not removing the block state. When I remove the block, we're not here. It still thinks there is a redstone block state here. We need to remove it. Oh, time to compile the project. Yeah, time to compile, I think, is faster in debug mode. I fixed the bug and created a new one. Yeah, let's try again debug mode. Yeah. Let's fix the new bug we created. I draw some storyboards, nice. To fix that bug, what do we need to do? It's when we remove an item. So we need to do the left click. Where is the left mouse button? Mouse? Yeah, here. Oh, we just set the block type to air. We need to clear the block state as well. I'm not going to open source it. Removing the block state on removing block. Yeah, we need to remove the block state. How many lines of code? This project is less than the Java clone. The Java clone should be more lines of code. Hi, really cool project, thank you. The Java clone is a lot more. Hunger bar. I have menu screen and world saving in the Java clone. Here, this is just the classes in the Java clone. This is just the classes. Classes. Here, components. More GUI items, JSON file, materials, renderer, third party, and here more classes, more. And this is just classes, and every class has like 50 lines of code. This is 200 lines of code. Like the Java project is many lines of code. Yeah, in the Java one has a menu with a 360 degree like menu. But it's super slow. Like the Java clone, I cannot continue it since it's very like unoptimized. Like very a lot. But it has a menu 360 degree view. And has loading of the world that I broke. The loading and saving worked, but I broke it. Is this a demo project? What do you mean by demo project? Nice frames, bro. But that's just the menu. That's just the menu. If we start the world, it will drop dramatically. No, don't look at the FPS will drop dramatically when we open the world. Yeah, now it's like 80 FPS. 80 FPS. And it's like 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's like horrible. What's the engine you're doing it on right now? Here is just Java. But the C++ one is using Kraylib. 4 gigabyte of RAM. Bunny Hop Craft. Yeah. Here we need... Are you gonna add hunger? No. I'm not going to add them. The focus is just the redstone. Here, when we remove this block, we need to remove the outline as well. We need to remove the outline. So we need to clear the block state. That's what we need to do. We need to clear the block state. So in the world, I'll just make a new, in the singleton world, I'll make a function clear block state, and I'll just take position detail. Gotta go, love you all, have a nice evening. Bye, Maskeli. You just got here. I found some big after 2 gigs. Yeah, let's implement this function. So here, when we're trying to clear the block state, is the same function as getting it, but will not return anything. Really inspired to draw an animate. Okay, then go, Maskeli, and go and draw. Like, don't waste time with this stream and follow your dreams, Maskeli. But make a video, post it, share it here, so we can see progress. Hi, Redman Office, what's up? So here, if we have a block state, we need to delete it. So we found it, and we need to remove it. Erase. What are you planning? What you're planning for? I'm planning to focus just on the redstone. I'm focusing just on the redstone. Okay, the subchunk states. Let's erase the block state. Let's erase it. And let's call this function when we're removing it. Here, world. Let's call it with the block hover, like this, and let's start it. Now the block state should be removed. And right now we're adding the redstone dust. Yeah, now it clears the block state. Perfect. Now it clears it. Nice. We're doing very well now. We're doing very well now. Here the FPS is V-synced, so it's limited to the refresh rate of the monitor. If I remove V-sync, it will be like 300, I think. And it drops a lot when generating the terrain, since I'm not multi-threading. Everything's done on the main thread. Everything's on a single thread. How should I call this commit? Redstone dust has block state. Removal of block deletes block state. Raycast and outline use block state. We did too much for a single commit, but I'll push it. Yeah, I'll show you guys the endless terrain, because that's my favorite part. No, Minecraft, you can configure it to use multi-threading. Like here in, where was it? There was an option to configure it to use multi-threading. Yeah, here, chunk builder. Here it's threaded. It uses threads, but fully blocking is just on a single thread. And that's what was my inspiration, because they were able to do endless terrain with a single thread. And that's how that was my inspiration to do the same here for the terrain generation. And this is all on a single thread. Yeah, CMake, I love CMake because I can easily switch my project to Linux. That's why I'm using CMake, because I can build a project on Linux with CMake. This is my favorite feature of the clone. The endless terrain, but I'm not using it at all. This will not be released as my own game. My next project will be my own game, and it will be heavily inspired by Redstone. And this project, the goal will be to replicate Redstone 1-to-1. I'm using Visual Studio 2026. Is it possible to use CMake with Python? Isn't CMake only for like C++ and C? Like, I'm surprised you can use CMake with Python. You can create target that calls Python scripts. Yeah, so now the Redstone Dust has block state, and the raycast is using that block state. It's interacting with it. What's the next goal? The next goal is when we place it, for it to use the proper mesh, to change its block state to be according to its neighbors. Just like we did it, just like in the Java clone. Here, when you place a new Redstone Dust, it changes its block state and the visuals as well. That's the goal as of now. That's the next step. We managed to pretty quickly we managed to pretty quickly go past the bug, the crash. We very quickly fixed the crash that we experienced yesterday. Now this is the next step. When we place Redstone, it to use the proper mesh. That's it. That's the goal. Yeah, that's the Minecraft Java clone. So as of now, when we place it, it's just it has this north side upward. We don't need it to be like that. So let's go here. I have a callback on placement, and here I can decide what happens on placement. You still working on Redstone? Bro, the Redstone is not easy. What do you mean still? What do you mean still? Like, then this is my project. Yeah, and in the previous stream, we managed to make it like here. It interacts with the previous one. But it's not using the proper mesh. We should update the neighboring Redstone blocks as well, sure. We should update them as well. But right now the focus is on the current one we're placing. And as of now, this dot should be removed, and we need here to the right. So if I place it like this, here we need to the left and to the right, and this dot to be removed when we're placing it here, and it has a neighbor here to the left. So I'm not using the proper mesh. But when it's on all sides, it's using the proper mesh. When it has all of the neighbors, it's using the proper mesh. So we're pretty close to achieving this goal. And once we're done with on placement, we'll switch to updating the neighboring blocks as well. We need to update the neighboring blocks as well, because their neighbors change as well. And it shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be that hard. Here on placement, yeah, I changed the chat overlay so that more people can be seen at one time. Because the previous chat, I missed a lot of people since it was going too fast because of all the pictures and extra details that are not necessary. Like, I want to see what you guys are typing, not what your profile picture is. It's a priority to see your message. Let's say the dot. Do we have a state for the dot? Oh, we don't, there isn't a state for the little dot at the center. Here we have the east, north, south, and west. But we don't have a setting for the dot at the center. It just reacts based on the other sides. I don't know what Minecraft uses. I just use what I have came up with. My solution is to have callback functions. I have callback functions that are called here on placement. When you place a block, this function gets called. On update, this gets called if something happens, like here, when you place the redstone dust, look how this one changes as well. This changes because the on update callback gets called. That's my solution. And we have on removal, because here when you remove the torch, it should remove its redstone signal. So that's my idea. I started making this the start of 2025. January of 2025, I think. I'm like Minecraft Java clone. I don't know what you mean. When does the dot show up? Let's ignore the dot. Let's ignore the dot. Here, there is this dot in the middle that shows sometimes. Yeah, here. Now it's showing this little dot. I'll have it at all times for now. I'll focus on there is something more important that I need to address. It's this. When we have two redstone dust like this. Yeah, I know it's when you right click it, but it's not only then. It's here as well, this dot. Like here, you have the dot as well. Here, when I place it like this, I only have this left side. I don't have the right side. So in my Minecraft clone, where is the C++ one? When I place two dust side by side, it has just the left side. It doesn't have the right side, and this dot should be removed. That's what we need to address. So I need to go to the on placement callback. I prefer Visual Studio. Visual Studio, sure, it's heavier than VS Code, but it has a function to open a project from the folder, and it automatically links up with the CMake file, and it automatically builds everything. It manages it. For me, it's much better Visual Studio 2026. This is my favorite kind of stream to watch in the background when I'm doing game dev. And it's absurdly hard to install on Mac. Yeah, but I'm not on a Mac. I'm not on a Mac. Yeah, here on placement. So let's see now. Let's just focus on the north neighbor here. So this is and let's remove this MSI after burner. Let's remove it so we can see the text on the top. Now on the top left, we see the direction we are looking at. So this is the north. So here when we place this block, it's looking the north neighbor. Since we have the north neighbor, it's using this side. And because it doesn't have the south neighbor, it's not using the backward side. We need to change that. We need to change that. So we could do it. I could look at my Java approach. Can look at my Java approach. How I did it in Java. Where is the redstone dust? Yeah, here it is. Block state. Yeah, here I get the state. Where do I update the mesh? Yeah, here I do it. Let me think about it. If we have both a horizontal and vertical name, okay. Okay, I need these boolean ones. I need these boolean variables. Yeah, let's copy them and paste them here. And it should be a boolean, I think. Yeah, actually, let's make all of these booleans as well. North neighbor is dust. Yeah, like this. Can you please play my game? I promise it has malware. I promise it has malware. I promise it doesn't. No, it's not a priority for me to play of your game. Let's check if this is redstone dust. And this is the south. This is the west. And this is the east. And all of these should be booleans. And we need to check if they are redstone dust. Oh, not this. This. Yeah, this. And this. And here, these ones will be also boolean. Like this. Here it will be if the west neighbor is dust. Here if the east. And here the north. Clay said he had to work on his animation. Like, he was inspired to do work and that's why he left. And that's cool. So now the logic should be the same. And we need to change it if we have both horizontal and vertical. Let's see now. We set the dot and then all of these as well. So here, if we have both at the horizontal and at the vertical redstone dust, this is one of the cases. Else if it's just the horizontal, no, if it's, let's see now. If we don't have it at the horizontal and the vertical, then we have all the sides. Then if it's just the horizontal, and then if it's just the vertical. Else, just the vertical if we have redstone neighbor. I can see my message on Twitch, but can on YouTube. I can see your message, so it's fine. Let me think about it. So if we... so the horizontal is east and west. So here we need the east and... yeah, the east and the west. They need to be this state. And... let's see. And here is the opposite. Here is the north and south. Here is the north and south. What else? And here it should be all of them. Here it should be all of them. Your Twitch is behind by 6 minutes. Is it? Oh, Twitch is saying it's unstable, poor network connection. But YouTube connection seems to be fine. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer, man. I have to figure out why Twitch has issues. But that's really bad. It is behind by 6 minutes. Man, that sucks, man. I don't know how to solve it right now. But YouTube, I assume YouTube should be fine. For the next stream, I'll figure out why Twitch is behind. I cannot troubleshoot it right now. If we have both of the sides, yeah, I need to do these checks then. Please continue the Terraria clone. Yeah, I also like the Terraria clone, but I don't have a future with Terraria, a Terraria project. Terraria project remake is best for somebody good with pixel art. It's not for me. For me, Minecraft is best. A Minecraft clone fits me better, especially when I focus just on Redstone. And here, by default, let's set all of the states to be none. So this is east, north, and south. Yeah. Like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Yeah, but guys, thank you for telling me that Twitch is behind by 6 minutes. That's very important. I need to solve that in the future. I didn't know that Twitch had a huge delay. Here, if I go to Twitch, look at it. Unstable, poor network detected, and like very bad bitrate. But YouTube doesn't have that issue. Here, YouTube, status excellent. YouTube doesn't have this issue. I don't know why. It's just a problem with Twitch. I don't know why it's like that. No, I will definitely not restart the stream because it will become worse probably. It will probably become worse. YouTube is usually horrible. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll fix it, but that's what's important to hear. That was important. Now this should be fine. When we place them. Yeah, here now, when we place it, it has all of the sides. And here, it's properly showing. I just need to figure out this dot. I just need to figure out the dot when to remove it. But it's working fine. It's on placement is working fine. Now it needs to update the neighbors. And this dot needs to be hidden. This dot needs to be hidden. I'm not going to add custom things. My next project will have custom things. It will be heavily inspired by the Minecraft Redstone. We need to figure out how to remove the dot in the center. This dot. We don't need it all the time. Here, we don't need the dot. Only when we have on both axes redstone. Only when we have both on the horizontal and the vertical, that's when we need to do the dot. And the only place I can change that is when generating the mesh. Here, when I generate the mesh. Here. So I need to do a boolean render dot. Just change textures. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I need the horizontal boolean and the vertical boolean. So horizontal was if the east side is positive, or if the west side is positive, and here if the north is positive or the south is positive, something like that. And what else? And so if we have both of these, that's when we do the dot. That's when we render the dot, this dot, like this. Like that's the only thing I can do. Yeah, here now we don't have the dot, but we have the dot collision box, I think. And here we have the dot when it's in this state. Should I remove? Let's update the neighbors now. Let's update the neighbors. But we have on placement working. Let's update the neighbors. Here I'll call this redstone dust on placement done. Now we need to update. When we place a block, instead of just calling on placement, we need to call for the neighbors on update. Mouse here. When we right click, we issue the on placement, but where? Set block type. Yeah, here we issue it. Here we do on placement. After it, after this, we need to go over the neighbors and set on update. So we need the position details to go north. No, to get the north. And to call... Let me think about it. Here, how do I do it? Oh, damn it. Here I directly get the block. Wait a minute. Then how? I directly get the block here, but what if it has a block state? Oh, here, if it has a block state, we... Let me think about it. I see. Okay, there isn't an issue. Let me think about it. We need to call the on update callback. That's what we need to do. And we do the on update only if they have a block state. That's the only time we do it, if they have a block state. So we need the block state. That's what we need. std shared pointer block. This is the north neighbor, which is the world get block state, and we need the position, so it's the current position get north. That's it. What's your issue? Oh, because it's taking the reference, maybe I need to do it separately. Damn it. That would be annoying. Here, the north. And now it works. And we need to... Now, if the north neighbor get is not a null pointer, If it's not a null pointer, it has a block state. So we can call on update. On update we can call. Yeah, and we need to give it its own position, like this. I caught one of your streams. I wanted to say about the ambient occlusion. Is it possible to give things like flowers? And why do you need to give flowers ambient occlusion? And it's not possible, I think. It will affect the neighboring blocks, but not the flower. Like, it looks very ugly. I think I even showed it in the video. The flowers had ambient occlusion. You can upload this game to play very easily, but I'll get in trouble. Yeah, now Twitch is fine. Twitch doesn't have... it shows it's excellent, but that's when there are no viewers. If viewers come here, then the connection is bad. I don't know why. But that's on Twitch site. Let's call this just neighbor. Hello. Oh, what's up, Sabio? What's up? You were from previous stream, I remember. Let's see now. And now the other neighbor. Here, this should be the south. And here gets south. We get the south block state. And then we need the east and west. We need the east and the west. And what else? So we're calling on update. Let's check if we're actually calling it. Yeah, we need a debug point. Yeah, sorry for Twitch. Twitch has some issues. I don't know why. I'll figure it out tomorrow. I don't know why it's like that. Yo, Detective Jones. Wait. Yeah, let me pop out the YouTube chat because it shows it. Yeah. Thank you for becoming member. This is only for people that want to support the channel. If you don't worry about it, guys. But thank you, Detective Jones. I appreciate it. And I cannot like it. Will you add liquid physics? I could have added them in the Java clone, since here the goal was having survival, but now here the goal is to have redstone dust in the C++ one. Yeah, let's do here the on update to see if it's being called here for the redstone on update. Let's do a debug point. And let's see if it's called. Hello, what's up? Here, if we press it, no, we need here when we place it here. Okay, it's not being called. What if we do like a lock here? Like how did we lock to the console with Trailip? Text, no. Lock, info, no. What are you doing? We're working on the redstone dust. We are close to finishing it. Yeah, let's open the Raylip cheat sheet. And console text like lock. Yeah, lock. Trace lock. Yeah, trace lock. Let's do a trace lock. Lock. Like lock. Which one? Let's go trace and see what's the order. Yeah, let's do warning. Let's do warning. Because I've hidden all the other ones. Hello world. Let's do hello world. See if it's being called. Yeah. So now here, is it calling it? No hello world. It's not doing it. So we need to put a breakpoint even before here. Mouse. Here. Here, right? Set block type. And we go here. Yes. So I need to go here. We need to go in debug mode. Release is not the best for debugging. Yeah, let's place it now. Yeah, now it's looking for its neighbors. But they shouldn't have a block state. Let's continue. Here, let's look. This is the east, this is the south. Okay, this is the south. The south here should have a block state. This is the north. This is the south. This is the south. What's the current position? Current position is 740. And this is 741. And the south is... Okay, let's get if it has a block state. Yes, it has a block state. Nice, 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 nice. Yes, and here it should call the on update. Yeah, and it's doing this. Yeah. And we have the trace lock. Yeah, and we have the trace lock. So when I debug it, it's working. When I debug it slowly, it's working. That's weird. That's so weird. Yeah, we got hello world. Yeah, we get hello world now, so it's working. Huh. Yeah. Okay, okay, nice, perfect, perfect. And on update. What should on update do? It should update its current state. Let's copy and paste all of this. We'll abstract it away later. And let's see now what happens. Yes. It kind of worked. It's not updating all the neighbors. It's not updating all the neighbors. It's not updating the east neighbor. Let's put block here. And it's not updating the west neighbor. Rust is too complicated for me. I cannot give an opinion on Rust. I prefer C++ personally. Okay, it updates the north neighbor and the south neighbor. But east doesn't update. And west doesn't update. That's the only issue. That's the only issue. So here we have issue with... Okay, this is the north and the south. But east and west do not work. Oh my... Get east. Get West. Oh my god. Now it should work. Like I always do stupid mistakes, man. Yeah, now we have redstone dust. Yo. Now we have redstone dust. Yeah. Finally, man. After 2 streams of struggle. But we need to give it a color. And it doesn't go up and down. There's survival in the Java clone. This doesn't go up and down. Should I implement this? Should I prioritize going like up and down? Should I prioritize doing that? Here, to go up and down. Should I do that? And how would I attempt to do that? It will be when I update the mesh for diagonal redstone. Why would I need that diagonal? Why do I need diagonal? Why do I need diagonal? Like they don't interact. But the upwards one. Yeah, I have a Discord server. I created one. I'm still setting it up. But it should be. It sits diagonally up. So if I put it here, no. Should I implement this right now? Like, is it a priority? Because it would be a little bit difficult to implement. Because right now it looks for the east, south, the north, south, west, and east side. And to work with the upward ones, it needs to go... Oh, and it's not only the upward ones. It needs to go downward as well. Yeah, here. It needs to go down as well. Let's see. Yeah, do you know why it needs to go down? It needs to go down because this one will see upward neighbor and it will try to connect with it. But if this one doesn't see the downward one, it will be like this. It will be like this if it ignores the downward neighbor. So it needs to look for not only... It needs to look for here upward. It needs to look for here on the same level. And it needs to look for here downward, the neighbor. The downward neighbors as well. We need to look at 3 levels. And that's for every redstone block, every time we update the mesh. Who invited you, man? Get away. Get out. I don't need anything. Yeah, I did 1/3. I did 1/3 of the checks. Well, it's still good enough, man. It's still good enough. Both up and down redstone. I can check them easily. I have I can easily get the information of those neighbors. Yeah, maybe we can at least try and see. It bugs me that it's always on. Hello, what's up? We can turn it off, but we haven't set up that function. But I can change the color. But we need to make a commit first. And what do we change? On placing redstone, updates neighbors as well. Actually, let's first, we need to abstract it away. Here, block, here on update. Here is using the exact same code as here. We need to move it in some kind of a function. Void update block state. Update block state, and does it need position details? Yeah, I think it needs it. Broyer committed now, no going back. Yeah, let's define this. Let's define this, and let's move all of this here, all of this, and let's call it here on placement, position details, and let's call the same thing on update as well. Quasi connectivity incoming. And yeah, now it still works. Now it still works. Yeah, let's commit it. Now we can commit it. We can change the coloring. It should have a color overlay. Where is it? Here, color overlay. Like we can make it like before, blue. Yeah. I know it connects to other things as well. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But we're keeping it simple. We're keeping it simple. Now it's blue. Whoever was annoyed that it was red, now it's blue. Now it's blue. Can you make it green? Let's make it green. Let's go in release. Let's make it green. The infamous blue stone. Now the infamous green stone. It's like slime. What do you plan to make next? Oh, we're still not done with the redstone dust. Removing blocks should update as well. Look at how removal doesn't update the neighbors. I need to do that as well. Damn it. On removal, that happens on left click. Let's see now. Clear block states. How do you start learning C++ by learning Java? I started with Java. Seriously. And then I moved to C++. Let's see now. Set block type. Let's comment all of this. Yeah, all of this. And here when we clear. How do you start with Java? Do simple projects. Do simple projects. And it's a marathon. It will take a lot of time. Clear block state. And here, once we erase it, to do the update. Yeah, I'll fix the coloring. But now removal. Here, remove. Yeah, removal now update the neighbors as well. Yo, I need to ban someone. Give me a second. Yeah. Done. Nuked. Yeah, now removal updates the neighbors as well. Let's commit this. Clearing block state updates neighbors, but actually it should be is it radioactive? Let's leave it like that. If it becomes a problem, I'll fix it then. Let me think about it. The coloring, maybe we should finally change the colors. I can just copy my colors from here. Color, yeah, from here. Dust color, signal strength. Let's see now. Block. I cannot answer which is, if Java or C++ is better. They have their use cases. Like you cannot use C++ everywhere. Like once you learn a hammer, no, everything is like a nail. Like there's use cases for Java as well. Let me think about it. Yeah, here when we update the block state, yeah, here let's update the color. So the color overlay by default will be, where is it? By default will be zeros. Zeros. 1. And then this is the power. Power. And here color overlay. Like this. Like this. Now we should have the right color overlay. The power right now is by default 0. Did you learn C++ on your own? Well, they taught me C++ in university. Yeah, now it's like powered off. It's powered off. In university, we had object-oriented programming with C++. We had intro to programming with C++. We had data structures with C++. Yeah, let's now change the power level to see like the maximum. The maximum power level. Now it should be like powered. Yeah, now it's powered. And let's change it to the power level of 1 or like 3. It should be barely powered. Yeah, now it's barely powered. And we can change it to be random. Random, get random value from 0 to 15. Now it should be random power level. Now it should be random power level. Yeah, now every dust block has random power level. I know Java, I know Python, but barely. Like I know them like just so I can start using them. JavaScript. I've used Prolog, I've used Haskell, but I've forgotten them. I've used Scheme. I've used HTML, C++, but those, like, HTML is not a programming language. It's a hypertext markup language, something like that. I've used SQL, that's for databases. I've used PHP. I've used what else have I used? I've seen Lua, but I haven't used it, since some games use Lua for like modding, like making slight changes. No, it's not open source. I've used, what else? I don't know. TypeScript, which is just JavaScript with types. I've used I've used frameworks for like making websites. So I've used like React, I've used Svelte, I've used Angular, I've used for Java, I've used frameworks as well, like Spring, something like that was called. Like many different things. But all of them were boring to me. Like I'm having the most fun right now with game development, making Minecraft clone with C++ and Raylib. I'm having the most fun now. The animations, we'll think about the animations. Can you make it open source? I cannot make it open source. Yeah, right now, look at how the power level is randomly generated. Like, power level is a random on placement. This was so I can see that it works. And yeah, we have redstone coloring. We have redstone coloring. And that's nice. Next would be cool to make it so it interacts like this, up and down as well. To go up and down. And we'll be done with redstone dust. If we can make it go up and down. This crash happens constantly. I'll ignore it. Why does the sky seem off? The sky is just a single color. It's nothing fancy. Let's set power level to be 0. Cactus so bright. I don't have lighting. That's why it may seem weird. Like, I don't have lighting. Why would you making open source? Because I cannot make it open source. For legal reasons only. The cactus may seem... Oh, we have a redstone torch below it. It may seem bright. I don't have lighting. I don't have lighting. Like, I only have the ambient occlusion here. I only have the ambient occlusion. Let's make it this to be able to go down. That's what we need. We need it to be able to go down. Up and down. How much is the RAM? Do we have a memory leak? It seems fine. Let's do an experiment if we don't have memory leaks. I have ticks. I have them in the Java clone for sure. Here, I'm not sure if I implemented them. But I have 20 ticks per second in the Java clone. And I use Raylib because the alternative is to use just OpenGL. And Raylib adds a lot to OpenGL. It makes it like... It's crazy how good Raylib is. Instead of just using just OpenGL. Like, Raylib is my favorite option to use. Let's see if we have any... Yeah, let's bring back the MSI Afterburner. Let's bring it back. And let's start the game. And let's see if RAM usage has issues since we added the block state. The RAM should stay around 500, 600, something like that. Yeah, like 600, that should be it. If it goes to like 1 gigabyte, we have a problem. But as of now, it looks to be alright. Well, yeah, it's just the desert biome everywhere. That's how I set it up. I have other biomes, but I've set it up everywhere to be just the desert biome. Yeah, I don't see any memory leaks. It looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Let's see if we can connect the Redstone dust. The FPS drops a lot because we are generating new terrain, which generates meshes, preloaded chunks. Well, preloaded, but I still need to load them at some point. The FPS drops because I'm doing this on a single thread. I'm doing it in the single thread. I could actually do an experiment where we limit it. Here I've put a limit to loading and unloading. Here for this FPS I could put a limit like 400 FPS limit. I'm from Bulgaria. And let's see now if FPS drops a lot again. Now FPS doesn't drop that hard, but loading the world is slower. Now world generation is a bit slower. But FPS stays above 100. Desert everywhere. I use a noise library. I haven't implemented myself. Yeah, but now FPS doesn't drop that much. Yeah, let's remove the vsync. For hardware, just pause stream here. Is it showing? Yeah, just pause stream here. Let's remove the vsync. And now FPS doesn't have a limit. We'll wait it to generate everything. Yeah, when everything has generated, it's like 300. And on world generation, well, like this is like 900. Since we're loading just what's around the player. And when it starts loading everything, I've set a limit to like not drop that much. Okay, like this is fine. It's not that slow generating the terrain. It's fine. Yeah, we'll keep it like this. And let's bring back the vsync. And let's commit this. What should we call it? Increase world gen speed cap. And pushed. I don't know why it's not rendering cross models from a set distance. Why it's removing them actually. Like I'm curious myself as well. Here, like how it's not rendering all of the foliage, the little ones. Like that's interesting. I don't know why it's doing that. Like here it removes them. You don't see the foliage. And when you get close, you see them. That's from Relip, that's not from me. If it was my clone, it would be rendered. Oh, the MIP maps. Maybe it's the MIP maps. I'm making this game on my own. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Here, when I mentioned that Twitch is complaining for bitrate and it's unstable, and now YouTube as well is complaining. Hopefully, guys, it's not that bad for you. It's complaining for something like error, not receiving. Damn it. Poor status. Please use keyframe frequency. Yeah, that's a bummer. I'll save this and save it in Excalibur. Damn it. Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. Outside of streaming, I'll play around with the settings. Is the stream fine for you guys? Like on YouTube, I know Twitch is not having the best time, but on YouTube, is it fine? Is it like delayed? Like, this is the best I can do as of now. Let's remove this window. Russian, I'm from Bulgaria. Not laggy, okay. Maybe it's just delayed a bit. Yeah, okay. Let's remove the speed. Sometime it's laggy, damn it. This is the best I can do right now, but for the next stream I'll have to figure it out. That's on my part. I'm doing a recording on OBS, so no matter how the stream performs, I'll have a good recording that I can use for the YouTube video. So you can look forward for a YouTube video. At least that will be of proper quality. Yeah, tomorrow I'll have another stream. Let's figure out how to make these ones connect. How to make these ones connect. It should happen inside of when we update the mesh. That's where it should happen. Here, where we update the block state. No, it's not your internet issue. It should be from me. It should be from me, the issue here. It should be from me. Not receiving. Yeah, it gets an error, then it's healthy, then it's an error. And I've used the same settings as every time. Yeah, the goal is to fix this mesh. And I'll start working on this goal in like 1 minute. I'll see if I change. I'll see if I can make any kind of change before I continue. Yeah, I'll do one check in like for 1 minute and see if I can do anything. If I cannot, we'll just continue as it is. Yeah, oh, now it's saying it's fine. Now it's saying it's fine. Yeah, now it's saying here, it's excellent. It's excellent. It just does it from time to time. It just complains from time to time. I'm not cloning a specific feature, specific version, but I'm using as reference the newest one. Yeah, let's focus on this. Let's focus on this, on how to make it go upward and downward. So for this to happen, we need to, let's close MSI. And we need here, when we update the block state, that's when we need to do it. That's when we need to do it. we need to look for the upward and downward neighbors as well. And how do I do it in the Java clone? Neighbor, north neighbor. Yeah. If north neighbor is dust, where do I update this? Oh, it's a global one. If is neighbor site dust. Oh, yeah, I get it. I've abstracted it away into a function. And there I go from upward to downward. Yeah, I get it. And when do I set the up state? Oh, from here. Damn it. Yeah, here when I check if the north neighbor is dust, this needs to check both up, down, and the middle. But there is one question I have. Here, look at how it checks the upward one. Sure, but if it's like a torch, it doesn't react. But here, if it's a torch, it reacts. So it's even more complicated. And my way of programming is always to focus on what's the simplest thing I can do. We need to simplify it. Do we need actually to go up and down as of now? I'm not sure. Well, no, we can do it. It shouldn't be that big of an issue. It shouldn't be that big of an issue. So when I'm placing it, it needs to check for the upward and downward. And how to do that? Or should I attempt to do that? Because here is where I check the north side. We need to check the upward north side and downward north side as well. So we need north neighbor down, which is the north neighbor get down, and then the upward one, which is get up. And we need to do the same thing for the other ones. And here, this should be if either one of these is redstone dust. So if this is redstone, let me think about it. I can make more booleans. If north neighbor is dust, if north down, if north up, and here north neighbor down, north neighbor up. You only need to get neighbor up since each redstone is responsible for its own up connection. Yeah, I've thought about making an original. Yeah, you're not actually right. Since here, like, sure, this is responsible for its up connection. It's managing this, but this still needs to react with the one below. This still needs to react and change. So I need the downward neighbor and the upward neighbor. I need both. And let's copy this for the other sides as well. And then here the south. And here south. 1 minute. Let's see now. Look pretty good, thank you. Yeah, all of this should be the south. Oh, wait a minute. This should be the north neighbor, this the north down, this the north up. And this should be the south down and the south up. I think it should be like that. And then again, for the north. And for the north. North. And here the north neighbor. And here the north, here north down and north up. And then again for the west, I think, and the south, the west and the east. Wait a minute. Yeah, I already did the north. Oh my god. Hey man, keep up the grind. Thank you, man. Thank you, Sith Jedi. May the force be with you. Fishes on this. It's enough. You don't need to down neighbor. Okay, you're saying that here this will update this one. It will update it, and if this one doesn't look for the downward, it will not change its state to be this. It will stay like this. Even if it's updated, it will be like, okay, I'm updated. I'll check here these sides. I'll check the upward side, but it will ignore the downward. It still needs to check the downward. It still needs to check it. Okay, this should be the west. West, and this should be the east. East. And this is west. And this is west. And this is west up, I think. West up, and this is east, and this should be the final. Like that. Okay, and now I can remove all of this. And here, let me think about it. Here it should be if we have on the east, or like this, and here if it's like the east down and east up, and here west down, west up, and here the same but for north and south. And we'll see what the result is. This should be the north. We'll see what the result is. North. Actually, south. Now we are at the south. This is the south, and we run it. So now when we place block, look at how this connects with the upward one. No, I use CMake and compile the source myself. It's updating, but it's not updating this one. Oh, okay. I'm calling gets out. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, this is get south. This is get west. This is get east. Yeah, thank you, man. Now it should work. Come on. Don't be like this. Okay, up and down, up and down. We need to see up and down what's up. The down neighbor, actually, the down neighbor. Get down, get up. And YouTube is having issues again, sadly. Let's see now. Get up and get down. Yeah, let's test it again, actually. Yeah, look at how this is working properly. And here, if it's like this, oh no. Why is it just the dot and it's not even showing? When it's all the sides. Holy grail of edge cases. Do you have the? I have them. Oh, I have them all for sure. For sure, I have them all. So horizontal is if we have east neighbor, east down, east up, or west down, or west up. Vertical if it's north neighbor, north down, north up, south neighbor, south down, south up. And if we have both horizontal and... Oh, come on, man. Let's look at the Java clue. If this is redstone dust, the moment it finds redstone dust, that's when it stops here. It goes down up until it finds redstone dust. Sure. Sure, this should be the same. Sure. Yes. And then all of these things. And where's my different? Let's put a debug point, actually. Let's go in debug. I'm just using Raylib. I didn't know there is Raylib 3D extensions project. I didn't know that. I would use i3. I would use i3. Let's put a debug point. But where? On update, maybe. On update. Let's do on update debug point. On update here. It's not getting code at all. Oh, it's not updating here. Oh, I get it. What's the issue? I get it. 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 When we place a block, and for removal, it should be the same. Where is block placement? Here. Here. When we get the neighbors, here we also need to go to get the upward and downward neighbor. Or we need to update just the upward neighbor. So all of this, but for their upward neighbors. Damn it. Let's update the upward neighbors as well. We'll not update the downward neighbors, since we'll get in a loop, infinite loop, I think. So this is the north. Get up. And let me think about it. And this is south, get up. Hi PSCS, hello, what's up? This is east, get up. And this is west, get up, like that. And we get this, this, and then here, this, and then here, this, and here, this, like that. And now it should update on placement. And what are you complaining about? Oh yeah, neighbor is already defined. Neighbor is already defined. Yeah, now they're updating. And we need to set the upward mesh. The upward mesh. Here, when we update the redstone, let me see here. How should I attempt to do it? On Windows Forms? What do you mean Windows Forms? I'm not using Windows Forms. Let's see. Was this solved? No. This is confused. This model here has disappeared. When it's like this, it's fine. Yeah, how would it be even possible if I'm using Windows Forms? Yeah, and here this is wrong. The dot is not showing. Man, that's crazy. One frame per minute. No, it will take one business day. No, I have F3 menu. This is it. I don't have the block states. Oh. Damn it. Yeah, when it's on the ground is perfect, man. On the ground is perfect. So it's this logic going up and down. So we place it here. Oh, okay. I have an idea. Here. We can do it. Or here, we can do it here. If north up, neighbor is dust, we do north to be up. And do the same for the other sides. And this is south. Wireless redstone. West. East. We are not doing wireless redstone. At least for this project. Yeah, let's test it now. Yeah, now it kinda works. Now it kinda works. Yeah, when placing on upward here, it needs to update the downward neighbor as well. Because of state is up north instead of north. Which state? Okay, here I'm curious for this. Okay, now it's actually working. When it's like this. But if it's like this, if it's like this part is not the state here, it doesn't know it has the south neighbor. It doesn't know it has the south neighbor. It doesn't know it has the south neighbor. And all of the other neighbors as well. Yeah. This project is just cloning Minecraft Redstone. The next project will be my own project. Yeah, this is what we need to solve. It's not using the downward neighbors when creating this mesh for some reason. So here, north neighbor, we get the down. Why is it not getting the downward? Go down. We decrease the Y. No, they should be all just redstone dust. Because that's how Minecraft does it. Here in Minecraft, like when it's like this, and here this state is like east, north, south, and west have the site, and these one have this west is the upward one. Like it's just redstone with a block state. It's just redstone with a block state. I don't need separate blocks. Here I'm looking for the east neighbor. East neighbor down. What's get block type? It's using the subchunk origin. Oh, let's debug it. That's the easiest thing we can do. Let's debug it. So let me it was this configuration. We had all of these, and when we place this so on placement, let's do a commit a check breakpoint. Solutions. Yeah, let's look on placement. Where is it? On placement. Here on placement. Let's do a debug. Yeah, we're in the matrix. And we need, what do we need? Here a breakpoint. Yeah, we're in. Boys, we're in. Let's see what's up. Here, this is false. This is true. This is false. Perfect. And this is true. This is false. This is false. Perfect. This is true. And this is true. Exactly what I need. And what's horizontal? This is true. And this is true. Perfect. I set them all to none. And here, this is, oh, I see what the issue is. Yeah. I see what the issue is. Yeah, it was just checking. It's not checking for the up and down ones in these cases. Yeah, I haven't updated them here. It needs to use all the Boolean values for both up and down. What should be my approach? I could do it here. Yeah, let's do it here. Or, and here, down and up, like this. And here, east, then north. Then let's copy this here. How's it been going so far? It's going great. We are almost done with the Redstone dust. And I have been saying this since the start of the stream. But we're almost done with it, actually. With the Redstone dust. At least with the rendering the mesh. Yeah, now it's working properly. Yeah, on placement it's not updating this. It's not updating the neighbors down below. So on placement right now, here, when I place from below, it updates the neighbor above. On placement, not on removal. But here, when placing it, it needs to update the downward neighbor as well. Damn it. Let's go back to on placement. Set block type. Here, these are the upward ones. We need the downward ones to update them as well. We need to update them as well. And this should be get down. Get down on the floor. Yes, like this. And here. And hopefully this doesn't get in an infinite loop. Hopefully. And let's see what happens. Oh my god. Yeah, it looks to be fine. Now let's do on removal. Let's do on removal to be the same thing. When we clear the block state. And let's check it out. Yeah, I think we pretty much have the Redstone dust. It's like, what else do we need to do with the Redstone dust? Like, I think it's working. We actually have it. Relic is the best thing man has made. Well, you've said it. I don't know if it's actually the best, but it's pretty good. We finally have Redstone dust, man. It took so much time. Like, and it's better than the Java one. The Java one has issues. Where's the Java one? Here, the Java one. Like, it's not perfect. Yeah, here. Look at how it didn't update the one below. Like, it's not perfect. The Java one. Yeah, here, when we place upward, it doesn't update the downwards one. But that's for the Java. Where's the C++ one? Yeah, here. Here it's actually covering all cases. Yeah, no matter how much I play around with it, it's fine. Like, are there any other edge cases? I think we covered everything. I think we covered everything. Like, look at it, man. It's like, it's everywhere and it's covering all the cases. And even if we start removing them, it's still working. Like, I cannot think of an edge case. Like, I'm placing them like a madman and it's fine. No matter how I place them. So, I think it's actually done, the redstone dust. Like, as the mesh. But we need to power it as well, to be able to power it. Like, I cannot test it more than this. Like, I think it's fine. Yeah, the functionality. This. It's updating everything. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Man. Look at how much redstone. And now maybe to be able to power it. Let's commit this. What should the commit be called? Redstone dust connects with dust above and below and updates them on add and remove. And now to be able to power it, so it will be the same logic when we place a torch. Hello, what's up? When we place a torch, to use this on placement function. On placement function, and the on placement function will look what the neighbors are. It will look what the neighbors are. That's the idea. So where's the torch? Here is the torch. Made redstone connect and update from all sides. Well, I already committed it. Maybe the stream is with a bit of a delay. I have 1 more hour. Like, we've done 2 hours and the limit is 3 hours. I have set a limit of 3 hours. So we have 1 more hour. And we can implement it in 1 hour. We have plenty of time to be able to do interaction between torch and redstone. We have plenty of time. So here when we place redstone torch, let's see now. When we place redstone torch, yeah, it reacts only with these ones. So let's look at the immediate neighbors. We can copy paste from the here where we get the direct neighbors. Oh, I may need to create another block type that is like can be powered, something like that, because it doesn't only power redstone dust, it powers other blocks as well. But I'll like an interface in Java, like an interface. But I'll just focus the torch to react with redstone dust. So here in the block, on placement here, and let me think about it. Yeah, here I need access to the world. And here, if it has a block state and if it's and if the block type is redstone dust. Let me think about it. Yeah, we can do it like this as of now. We can do it like this. And this is for the south, for the east, and for the west. No, I don't need to do an interface class for blocks that can be powered. I can just put a boolean and set it to true or false if it can be powered by a redstone or not, by a redstone signal. And here we don't need to do on update. We need to change its power level, I think. Or let me think about it. How are we going to power the redstone? Here, when I place a redstone torch, it needs to change its power level. But also look at how redstone dust reacts with the torch. Our dust does not react according to the torch. It doesn't. Sadly. I've got to go. Bye, Creeper. Thank you for coming. Here, when I place the redstone dust, look at how it ignores the torch, the model. That's a bit of a bummer. Are you recording this for your videos? I record every stream. And right now I am working on the next video, which is about making the world infinite. That's the next video. And the next video after that will probably be implementing the redstone dust, probably. And hopefully the videos don't catch up that fast with the streams, because I need to implement other features as well. Let's make it be able to power it. So what happens? First time seeing your streams. Nice. What happens in Minecraft when we place the torch? It updates this power level, which updates all of the other power levels. Should I focus on this actually? Maybe. I think it's important. So it changes this power level here, and this block changes this power level, and this changes the neighboring power levels. And when we remove this, it now changes these power levels. It's a bit complicated. What should be the approach? Is what I'm wondering. Come on, man. How can I remove this guy? It's so annoying. If I go into peaceful, maybe? Peaceful. Game rules. Restrictions. Edit game rules. Traveler? No. Damn it. How to approach this? This is what I want. When I place a torch, to give signal out. How should this happen? Well, the only thing we have is the neighbors. We have the neighbors, and we know this neighbor is redstone dust. And we can change its power level to like 15 because it's close to the source. Oh. Entity type that is not layer. Yo, thank you, man. Yo, you're a genius, man. Thank you. Man, he was extremely annoying. But he had to go. How should I implement this? What's the simplest approach? The simplest approach is game rule do trader. It's probably called something else. But we can just... Yeah, it's probably called something else. But we're fine. We don't have issue with him. We don't need to do game rules. So in my clone, not this one. This one, not this one. This one. We can place redstone dust, sure. We can place it. And we need it to interact with the redstone torch. We need it to interact. Let's change the block type that we are spawning. Let's first do that. So in the main, let's do the type we are currently spawning. Let's have it be here before the main loop. ID block spawn type to be redstone dust. And where do we check for input? Here. If key is pressed, let's check if the 1 key is pressed. Key 1. 1. Oh my god, they spell it out. Key 1. If it's pressed, then we set the block spawn type. 1 will be redstone dust. And 2 will be the torch. So we can change what we're spawning. Redstone torch. Like that. And let's run it again. Now we're spawning dust. And now I press 2. I press 2. I press 2. Oh my god. Block spawn type. Pressed. Let's put a debug point. Yo, damn, that's so cool. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's not getting here in the breakpoint. Let's put debug. Oh, because I'm not using it anywhere. I'm not using this variable anywhere. We need to use it when we are spawning things. Where is the mouse? Here is the mouse. And here we spawn the block type. No, it's not working. This is not working. Are you adding quasi connectivity later on? We'll add it. We have to add it. I have no choice. Is key pressed? check if a key has been pressed once. If key down, is key released? Let's do if key is released. Let's do that. Maybe key 1 is the issue, that I do key 1. Maybe the naming is different. Most likely. Most likely. Yeah, most likely is that. Is it a long-term project? It's a short-term one. The next project will be long-term, because the next one will be a game heavily inspired by Redstone. Let's see here. Yeah, it should be this key 1. It should be this key 1. And here is the keypad. Am I doing it at the right place? Oh, I'm doing equal. Oh my, I'm the stupidest man alive, man. I'm doing equal. Like, just do equals, not equal. Yeah, finally, I can now change what I'm spawning. I can spawn torches, and I can spawn redstone dust. Let's remove the redstone torch foliage. Let's remove that. Torch. Here, let's remove this. Let's remove this. And here, the dead bush, let's make it harder to spawn. Ooh. It's everywhere. Let's make it harder actually to spawn. Yeah, now it's not everywhere. Yeah, let's make it even less. Let's make it even less. Maybe even less. Like 5. 1 in 5 chance. No, it's not even that. It's okay. Let's increase it to 10. Let's say it's fine. Let's say it's fine. Okay, now we can spawn redstone dust, and we can spawn the redstone torch. And what should be priority? What should be priority? So here, like this, when we place a torch to give out a signal, maybe that to be the priority. Maybe that to be priority. Yeah, but I'm really glad we managed to implement the redstone dust like block state. It's the same as in Minecraft, actually. It's so cool, man. It's perfect. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, redstone state is perfect. So what about this? What would be the solution for giving out signal? How to give out signal? What did we change? Let's commit this so we don't commit too many things at the same time. Can spawn both redstone dust and torch depending on key pressed. Let's commit this. Now let's try to give out signal. So it's on placement, on redstone torch placement. It's here the logic. And here we look for the neighbors. And if they have a block state and if they're of type redstone dust, we for now issue an update. That's the only thing we do. We need to do something else though. We need to change their power state. Okay, let's do that. Let's change their power state. How did I do it before? Here, I did it like this. So here, dynamic cast, redstone dust, and this is the block state, power. I'll do it to be like 15. And I'll do the same here as well. I could make it a function just for the redstone dust to be like, to call the function set power. I don't know. But let's see if now it gets powered. Yeah, it's powering this. It's powering just this one. And on removal, it's not removing the power. Let's do on removal. Why not? Let's do on removal. Here. On removal. And it will be the same logic. It will be the same logic, but power level will be 0. Power level will be 0. So here we have redstone dust. We put torch, we remove. Oh, we are not calling on removal when we destroy a block. We are not calling it. So where should I write that code? It should be mouse left, clearing block state. We need to call here on removal before we erase it. So, let me think about it. Here, on second, on removal. Yeah. And here the current position. And let's see what's up. Now we place a torch, it gives a signal, and when remove it, it removes the signal. Yeah, that's perfect. And it does it on all sides. But the signal doesn't travel. That's the issue. Signal doesn't travel. Now we've given the signal and we're issuing on update here. We're doing on update here. This should pass along the signal. It should pass it along. So this has power level 15. It should pass power level 14. That's what it needs to do. And how did I do it in Java? When I place redstone torch here, and I place redstone torch. Yeah, we got the wall redstone, we got it working. The wall redstone is working. Like this, it's working. No matter how we place them, it's working. We solved that. Like redstone dust is solved. It's actually solved. But we need to focus on the... Yeah, the top is updating the bottom's updating the top. Look at this floating redstone. That's interesting. Yeah, let's look how in Java I give out signal. On placement, I give signal out. I give signal out. And this, what does it do? It checks if it can be powered, the neighbor, and if the signal is higher than the current signal. If so, we update the signal and issue update block for them. And so for Redstone Dust, what do we do on update block? What do we do on update block? We should have update block. Weird. Yeah, that's weird. Update Redstone state. Okay, let's see the signal. Update ID. On placement callback. Remove Redstone signal. On update callback. So here I check the current Redstone signal. I compare with give out Redstone signal, remove Redstone signal. I could instead, I think I'm doing the wrong approach. Instead of this torch directly changing the Redstone signal, it's best to call its function. Like the Redstone does to have a function like get signal, like give out signal. And that function will change its signal, and the same function will call for its neighbors to update them. Yeah, I'll do a function instead of directly changing it. So let's go to the blocks, and here the Redstone Dust, void receive signal, receive a signal, or receive power actually, and receive power. I can set it to update its own power, sure, and to, but but there is an issue, since this will be a different way it updates everything. Because, let me see. Because here, look at what's the problem. Here is the problem actually. If I do this function, the redstone to have receive power, and I use this, and to have this function to update the neighbors, this is the wrong approach. Because when I place the redstone torch, it will, let's say it starts from here. It will call this function, receive power. Here this will update the power. No, not an infinite loop. It's worse than that. It will receive power, and let's say this function updates the neighbors as well. And so it will give out power here. And this one, let's say it starts from here, then from here. It will do a DFS instead of BFS. Then here, here, and then here. It will give out the signal like this, and here it will be very small power signal. And then after all of that DFS, it will come back here, and it will go to the next neighbor. And here it will give out signal 15. And it will repeat itself. Like, we'll get, I think, the proper result, but it will repeat itself unnecessarily. It has to be BFS. So it should start here. It should set it like 15, and then to go here and set it 15. And then go here and go to the neighbors. And then go here and go to the neighbors. Like to spread out like that. Not depth first search. Where it goes like this, then here. It should be breadth first search. So that approach would be wrong. That approach would be wrong. That approach would be wrong. Damn it. Damn it. So, my idea, what should be the idea? When you tell the neighboring redstone to update, it shouldn't call the update on the redstone it came from, right? It will go back, but it will see it doesn't need to do anything, and it will stop. Will not get infinite traversal. That's not an issue. Like when I say update this, like when I give it signal and I update this, and this gives signal and updates this neighbor, and this neighbor looks to update here, but it will see this signal is greater than what we are trying to set it to, and it will stop, and it will continue here. It will stop itself. I'm thinking to set a flag here that's like spread out signal. Spread out signal. So if I manage to update its power level, to set a flag here that it needs to, that the power level has been changed. And so when I update this block, it will check, okay, my power level has updated. I need to update the neighbors as well. And it will update this one and this one, etc. We can do it like that. So I'll do here dust, a boolean, power level updated, false. Let's set it here to be false. And let's see now. Let's go back to the torch itself on placement. And here, power level updated to true. To true. And on removal as well. And now on update, for the redstone block, on update, let's see now, let me think about it. Here, after all of this, we need to check has power level updated. If the power level has been updated, we need to set it to false again, and we need to change the power level of the neighbors. So if power is if it's greater than 0, then we've received power, else we've lost power. So here we need to give out power to the neighbors. So just like in the torch. Where's the torch? On placement here, all of this here, and this should be power. Damn it. I need to compare it actually. I need to update it only if it's the new power level I'm going to set, if it's greater than the current one. So integer new power level equals power minus 1. And if int neighbor power is this, so if neighbor power, if the new power we're going to set, if it's greater than the current neighbor power, that's when we're going to update it. That's when we're going to update it. New power level. And we need to do this for the other sides. So, oh my, oh no, 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 no. Oh no, no, no. We have a problem. Oh, this will be so annoying, man. You just cannot imagine it. Because it's not just the neighbors on the same level when transferring power. It's also the neighbors on the higher level and the lower level as well. Like here. Oh no, oh my, oh, I don't want to bother with this. I don't want to bother with this. I don't want to bother with this. This would be very annoying. It's not annoying because of the feature itself. It's annoying because of my code, how messy it has become already. Trying to manage both the upward and downward neighbors. Which means I'm making it too complicated, which means I'm going probably in a wrong direction. Damn it. God damn it. Oh, and I'm doing this in the update block state. Oh. Let me think about it. Damn it. The reason I'm stuck currently is because when we're sending signal, we need to start from the upward neighbor. First, we first need to check like here. When we're giving out signal, like when it's like this neighbor, sure, it's fine. But if it's here, if this is a redstone dust, we need to prioritize this. And what if here we have redstone dust and here it's not connecting? I'm not checking if I can, there is a block here. My game would probably crash in this situation. Yeah, let's try it. What will happen? Hello, Dark Gamer, what's up? Let's see what will happen. Let's see now. So what was the placement? Here, here. Like this. And what will happen if we place it right here? Look at it, how it connected. It connected with this one. And in Minecraft it doesn't do that. Well, if this block is different, I think it will actually work. I think if it's glass. Let's see, for glass does it work? Yeah, for glass it works. And connects both up and down. That's interesting. Oh, I think we can simplify it. The redstone dust below the block should just be the same strength as the dust on top, I believe. Yeah, let's... I was going to say, let's get the, like this neighbor. We'll start from the top and go down until we find redstone. So here, and we work just with this. But that's an issue. We cannot do that since sometimes we need both of them. Man, that's a bummer. Yeah, redstone is probably too complicated. But if I think about it, that's I thought the same thing for making a Minecraft clone. If all this is going to be too complicated, it would stop me. I wouldn't have this Minecraft clone. Like, just because it's too complicated for me now doesn't mean I should give up on it just because it's too complicated. It's too complicated now, but it will be easier in the future. So I think we need to keep it simple. We need to keep it as simple as possible. If we cannot do something right now, we'll not do it. We'll keep it simple. So what would be the best approach continuing from here for my current skill level? What would be a better fit for me? Since here we're getting into hot waters, we're getting outside of the comfort zone. We're trying to do things where it's getting too complicated. And what was that? That was for giving out power signal. For giving out power, that was the complicated part. That's what stopped me. So what would be something else that can be done? Because power is... Giving out power and removing power is a thing on its own for a separate stream. What would be something else that's a better fit? Like, just... Do you have storage blocks yet? Chests? No, I don't. But our focus is the redstone. Let me think about it. Maybe... hello, what's up? Maybe I think that adding inventory and creative mode would be a lot better. Actually, that's something we can do, and we can easily do. Giving out signal and removing signal is too complicated as of now. I cannot do that as of now because it gets too complicated. I'll have to come back. Future me will have to figure it out. Current me, good chance I thought of the container block since with redstone you hit dispensers, droppers, etc. Yeah, I'll need to add storage, sure. Dispensers, droppers, sure, yeah. I think for the next thing to add would be best the inventory. Like here where we have this. Do you know the video on UI layout and algorithms? I don't know it. So what's the problem? Giving out redstone signal, that's the problem. But I'm thinking of leaving it for the future, not for now. Here, giving out redstone signal because it's too complicated. I've realized it's outside of my power level. As of now. And it would be best if we have inventory, creative inventory, like this. This would be better to implement, the inventory. To be able to play around with items, and we don't need to have tabs maybe. We can have them all in a single one, maybe. You're trying to connect the redstones? No, the redstone connects without issue. Redstone connects. Here it is. Redstone connects. No matter how I place it, it connects. Like I've solved that. I solved it. But I think, and I was trying next to give out signal. But as you can see, one way to think about the redstone problem, I think, is if redstone goes into a block, the block carries that signal strength basically. Okay, then every connected dust continues on with that. Oh, progress. Maybe the okay, if we have the inventory, what will change from here on out? Well, if we have the inventory, I can add all the other blocks without the functionality. I can add the other blocks when I have the creative inventory. And when I have the other blocks like pistons, dispensers, I can... I would then... What would I do if the question, the reason I'm asking what would I do is to see if it's worth it adding creative inventory. If I add creative inventory, what would change? I would easily pick out items that I need. Because right now I give them through code. Here when I press 1, I get the redstone dust. When I press 2, I get the redstone torch. Which does the job fine. So I'm thinking the inventory is not a priority. Actually, it's not a priority. Because I can already do the functionality of the inventory. I'm just procrastinating with work. So what would be some other feature that's a priority that we can do, that we have the skill set to do? Because giving out signal and removing signal is outside of my powers as of now. As of now, it's outside of my powers. Here you can make just the block appear on the top right corner and change with the mouse wheel. Yeah, we can think of all kinds of solutions for an inventory. Yeah. Inventory is not a priority. What's something else we can work on? Tripwire, we don't need it. I don't want to bother with tripwire. What would be something that would help us? Something that would make this problem easier? What would that be? What would make this problem with the redstone way easier? Well, one thing would be if we ignore this level. If we set the redstone to just be on one level, that's something we could do in the future, to have redstone just on one level as a simplification, to not bother with going up and down for now. And when we manage to figure it out, redstone on one level, then we can go on other levels as well. What you're doing right now? I'm brainstorming what to focus as a next goal, because we achieved the goal of having the redstone dust mesh. I think that would be better. When we place the redstone torch, I'm not working with a tick system as of now, but I'll have to when I implement the repeaters. Well, for redstone, that's the basics. Actually, wait a minute. We can. There's something else we can do. We can, like here in Minecraft, we can implement any redstone component we want. What do I mean by that? For example, here which one? The piston, for example. The piston and a torch. We don't need redstone dust to implement the piston. We can implement it just like this, and that's cool. This is something we can do actually. We don't need redstone dust. But solving this will not help with the redstone dust, like connecting it with the redstone torch. That's for sure. I'm not sure what kind of algorithm float fill is exactly, but isn't that exactly how redstone will work, by the way? Just using float fill algorithm will not work because like just placing a torch and we use the float fill algorithm, sure, like that's simple. But what if it's more complicated case? Here, let's say. Look at this. Like, is this like this? And like this, like this, like this. And here, if we do like this, and like this, and here, like, look at this contraption. Like, sure, we can use float fill, and we put it here, and look at how many complicated updates happen. Like, this is not enough for a float fill. That's why I do on placement, on update, and on removal callbacks. Because if from here we just use a float fill algorithm, it's too complicated in a single algorithm to check all of these possible interactions. If you do it in a single algorithm, you have to be ready for all of these possible interactions. Like I've done it, I've tried it before in the Java clone. Here in the Java clone, I've tried it before. And that's why I moved from float fill to just use like to just call block update, etc. Like I've done it in the Java once. Like the alternative to the float fill is here. Doing this on placement, on update, and on removal. That's the alternative, because you just need to set up one block. When you add a single block, you just need to implement its on update, on placement, and on removal callbacks, and it's done. You don't need to change anything else. It's a lot simpler in this way, with callbacks. I don't need to write on float fill. So we don't have the time to do it in this stream, but these are the ideas for a next stream. One idea is to limit redstone just on one level, because this is what stopped me, because redstone could go up and down, and I'm not ready for that. Sure, I did the mesh, but for giving signal and removing, I'm not ready for that. I can focus just on one level. That's one thing we can do. The other thing we can do is to just implement the piston, since we don't need redstone for the piston. That's something else we can do. And we can update, and we can create the redstone block as well. We can do the redstone block. We can do the repeater as well. We don't need redstone dust for it. We can do that. We can do the lever. That's the second approach we can do for the next stream. That's the second approach. Yeah. And I'm not sure which one of the two would be best. I'm not sure. I think it would be best for the next stream to just limit redstone to be on the same level and to give out and remove signal. And then to add the next level, like to go up and down, then to do that. I think that would be the best approach. And then to add other components. Then to add other components. Yeah, I'll summarize the stream, what we did today. And then we'll end it. In this stream, what if the redstone dust, when it go upwards, it transmits signal, do the block above? I don't get your comment. For this stream, can the redstone torch be turned off in the clone? It cannot be turned. It can be turned off, but through code. It has a block state if it's lit or not, but only through code as of now. In this stream, we managed to use the redstone block state and are able to, and it interacts the redstone dust with neighboring redstone dust, no matter if it's up or down. We managed to do that, and that was huge, man. And we solved the bug we had an issue from yesterday pretty quickly, actually. We managed to solve it. And also, we can now add other items. If I press number 2, I can add torch. If I press number 1, I can add redstone dust. And also, when placing a torch, we can give the neighbor signal and can remove it. That's something else with it. And we decided that it's too difficult figuring out how to give signal up and down. That's too difficult. And for the next stream, we'll simplify it to just having redstone dust on the same level to be able to give it and remove signal. And then we'll do it for the going up and down. And then we'll add the other redstone dust components. And after we have the components, we'll try to do complicated contraptions. We'll stress test the system by doing complicated redstone contraptions. And after we have a pretty good clone of redstone, I'll be able to start my own project that you guys can play as well. And that's what I'm the most excited about. That will be heavily inspired by redstone dust. We'll try to improve upon it, since our unfair advantage is that we're using C++ and that the only focus is on the redstone dust implementation. We have a huge unfair advantage. And actually here I can notice they're doing ambient occlusion wrong. They're doing the mistake that the tutorial is saying not to do. I'm loving watching your lives. I am learning a lot with them. Nice. Look at, man, here, if I'll do a screenshot. They're doing a mistake in the ambient occlusion. That's surprising. A voxel ambient like Minecraft. Like they are doing a mistake. Where is the article? Yeah, here I think. This was the article. Yeah, look at this triangle. Scully draw. Here, this is Minecraft. And this is the example of what not to do. Do you notice how? I'm surprised they have this. Look at how you have this here. And this is pointy. And this is pointy. And here is the same. Pointy, like this is the same. And they say it needs to be like this. Do you notice the difference? It needs to be like this, where it's not pointy. Like here, it's fine. It's fine. The problem is on these sides. Here, on these sides. That's the problem. And my clone doesn't have that, surprisingly. We have a W. Like here, if you look at this, yeah, here, mine is not like that. Like, let's do it in the C++ one here. Let's do on a cactus. Yeah, here. Oh, but the cactus is transparent. Let's do it on a single block. Yeah, here. Look at how, for me, I don't have it like that. For me, it's not like that. That's interesting. Man, I could have shown this in my video. I didn't know Minecraft is doing that mistake. Look at how, for me, it's exactly like in the tutorial. They have it wrong. Man, that's surprising. Look at how it's pointy here. Their ambient occlusion. Yeah, that's weird. It's the same here as well. For every block. Man, I didn't know they had it wrong. The issue is Minecraft ambient occlusion has bugged me forever. It's particularly bad on snow. Maybe there is no simple way to flip the triangles in Minecraft Java spaghetti code. Yeah, how is it in snow? I have a snow world of not the redstone world. I have a snow world here. Let's see in snow. Let's place in this. Oh yeah, it's pointy. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah, so the short summary is that we have the redstone dust finished, and we can change its power level and the color overlay changes according to the power level. We also have that. We can power it, we can unpower it, and in the next stream we'll give out redstone signal. That will be in the next stream. And that was it for today. And for the next stream, I'll figure out how to solve Twitch problem being unstable, since on Twitch is an awful viewing experience right now. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and your chain is still missing the darker sides and bottom of block, especially parent on non-solid blocks. Yeah, we'll figure out in other streams. Yeah, bye, guys.